That explosive hearing involving Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. as senators from both parties had sharp questions for Kennedy over vaccines, the CDC, and allegations he's putting American lives at risk. Nikole Killion was in the room, and she joins us now. Nikole, good morning.
Hey, good morning to you, Tony. The frustration was palpable on all sides. More Democrats are calling on Secretary Kennedy to resign, and even some Republicans are voicing concerns.
Saying I'm anti-vaccine is like saying I'm anti-medicine. Well, I'm pro-medicine.
Combative.
Sir, you're a charlatan. That's what you are.
And confrontational.
You're making things up to scare people, and it's a lie.
With respect, I do not think I'm the one making things up.
Senators unloaded on Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
How can you be that ignorant?
In his first appearance since a leadership exodus at the Centers for Disease Control, including the firing of its director, Susan Minares.
These changes were absolutely necessary adjustments to restore the agency to its role as the world's gold standard public health agency.
Ahead of Kennedy's appearance, Minares said in a Wall Street Journal op-ed that she was fired for holding the line. She explained she was told to pre-approve the recommendations of a vaccine advisory panel, newly filled with people who have publicly expressed anti-vaccine rhetoric. Kennedy accused Minares of lying.
I told her that she had to resign because I asked her, are you a trustworthy person? And she said no.
So you're saying she's lying?
Yes. Every conversation I had with her, there were witnesses. And let me get this
straight. This is the same person that less than a month earlier, you stood next to her and described her as unimpeachable.
And some of the sharpest criticism over the administration's shifting vaccine policy came from Senate Republicans, like Wyoming's John Barrasso, a physician.
I've grown deeply concerned. The public has seen measles outbreaks, leadership in the National Institute of Health questioning the use of mRNA vaccines, the recently confirmed director of Centers for Disease Control and Prevention fired. Americans don't know who to rely on.
GOP Senator Bill Cassidy, also a doctor, took Kennedy to task over his position on the COVID vaccine, from cuts to research funding and access.
I would say effectively we're denying people vaccine.
After the hearing, President Trump was asked if he had full confidence in the secretary.
He's got a different take, and we want to listen to all of those takes. You look at what's going on in the world with health, and look at this country also with regard to health. I like the fact that he's different.
Lawyers for ousted CDC Director Susan Minares responded to Kennedy's testimony. They say she stands by her account of events and would repeat it under oath. Some Democrats want her to testify here on Capitol Hill.
Nikole, as we see Congress take a little bit more of an assertive posture there, I'm reminded of another point here. The president signed an executive order to change the name of the Department of Defense back to the old name, Department of War. What's the reason there? And speaking of Congress, does Congress have any say in a matter like that?
Well, typically it does. Not only did Congress establish the department, but many name changes typically are done through legislation. So it's unclear what authority the president has here, and that may be why they are calling it a secondary title at this point. The Trump administration argues the name change would more accurately reflect the mission of the armed forces and, quote, signal to adversaries America's readiness to wage war to secure its interest. Tony.
Nikole, thank you.